We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. Yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And his first look is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. O'Neill's got it. Complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Get up!
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Left. 22.
They go play action now. Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
First down. Cannon. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cannon. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down. Cannon. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Cannon. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. throwing on first down. Cannon. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game? When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Watch it now, Barney!
From the gun on 3rd down. Cannon. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. All that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They don't want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Caught out left side by Robinson. There's Robinson showing the flash. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Wood. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons are in for 6. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watch him now, Barney.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively.
All right, here we go. Green 30.
They're going to look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Push, it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Set to valve, 50 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now come the Falcons. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Swanson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Detroit!
Wood now throwing on first down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now Wood off the play fake. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
On marker down, he does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, check. Watch it now, Barney. Check. Over.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Hey, we got over. Leopard. Over.
Looking to throw. Whoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, and that's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Lucky 56. Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play. This quarterback now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Detroit!
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now the dual threat man, this is DJ Foster. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, they'll throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Marquell Lee coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Texans on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They were able to get the stop defensively, and now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Freeman again. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Wood looking to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's Wood, operating from the gun. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Now the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's got 4. He's dropped. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
To throw is Wood. To throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Wood now on 3rd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Detroit!
Now Wood from the gun, he'll throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out comes Houston. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Foster on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here we go now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Wood. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. throwing again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Wood, operating from the gun. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
To throw is Wood on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
Wood now to throw again. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! Gun!
Now Wood. From the gun, he'll throw. Open space inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be, 38 yards out. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now out comes Houston. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. To throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun.
They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And some room to roam now. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 54 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Back to throw. One. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now out comes Houston. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end the ball game. It's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. You know, some of those guys down there, if not all of them, are probably thinking it's preseason. Do we need overtime here?
Yeah, the people who need it and actually want it are guys on the fringe trying to make the team, want extra plays, get the attention of their coaches. But really, overall, no one involved in the NFL wants to play overtime in preseason.
But here we are, so seize the opportunity, I guess. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.